Now we're going to be setting up our second Facebook tab. When we started the series, I told you when you were setting up what you're giving away, it'd be great if you had a second ebook or something to give out. And now we're going to use that because it's what's going to build our Facebook fan base. So what you need to do, first of all, log into WordPress. Below this video you're going to see there's a couple of images. One is called FBML Step 1 and one of them is a download button. I want you to upload both of those into WordPress individually. Upload the PDF of your ebook and also upload a copy of the cover graphic. You're going to need all four of those URLs, so what you should do is either with something like TextEdit if you're using Mac or Notepad if you're on Windows, just copy and paste the links to each of those files into there once you've uploaded them. And now we're going to set up our Facebook tab. So we're on our Facebook page, we're logged in as the admin, so I want you to search for static iframe tab. That's this one. It's called static iframe tab app 29,700,000 monthly users. So we're going to click on that and just wait for it to load. Install page tab. Choose a page. We're putting this on my testing page. Just going to and wait for it to load. My browser has been acting up a little bit when my browser loads. So Facebook FanGate bug, disable page source HTML. Below that, non-fan page source HTML. FriendGate off, FormGate off, tab icon ignore, tab name, whatever you want to call it, default tab, leave that unticked. Okay, and now we're going to do our non-fan page source box first. So at the top right here you can see it says source and editor. Click on editor and wait for it to load. And now it's kind of like using Microsoft Word. First thing is we need our step 1. So I want you to click on this for the file called step 1. In the little box that pops up, I want you to paste that URL into there. Insert. The dimensions should pop in there automatically. So then you hit insert and that will load that for you. I need to centralize that. And then, sorry, I'm just going to make this box a bit bigger. You can do that by clicking on the little arrow here and dragging it. Okay, and then what we need to do is we need to add a headline. So put a headline here. And this is just some kind of call to action. Get instant access to this thing. Let's just go with that for now. And then we need to put that in the center. Change the font. I usually go with impact for headlines just because it looks tidier. Font size, I'm going with 7. That is the biggest font there is, and because it's like Word, you can change the text if you want like red, for example, or if you want green maybe, or whatever color that is. So just leave that red for now. And then next line, what you need to do, change the font size down to something like 3. Hit the left button, and then we are going to add the graphic for our ebook, so our ebook cover. Show, paste that URL, there we go, there we go, our browser's playing up a little bit, into the tree button, insert, that should bring up the dimensions itself. Now I'm going to slightly resize it, just because I'm not sure how big it's just going to be a bit too big otherwise. Okay, and then probably put that in the middle, and then what we want to do is we want to add a little bit more text. So these are points. Great feature 1, great feature 2, great feature 3. And that isn't really big enough to be visible. I'm going to change the font to, personally I'm a fan of Helvetica. Font size needs to be a lot bigger than that, so maybe a 4. A little bit more. I might even make that a bit bigger. So I might go with a 5 and maybe make that bold. There you go, that stands out more. And that is our non-page one done. Go up to the page one, click on editor, and that will bring up the Microsoft Word style interface for you to use. So what we're going to do now, put our headline here. Here is your ebook. Now we'll probably make that impact again because it's a headline. Size 7. I usually recommend going with a slightly different look to what's in your non-fan one, so a user actually does see pretty clearly that it's that something's happened since they liked the page. Then what you need to do, copy the URL of your giveaway. Now you need to copy the URL of the download button. I've got a big download button here, so it's nice and visible. And when this actually starts working, there we go. So I just need to highlight that, copy it. Again, the tree button, insert it, make sure the dimensions show up there, hit insert, and then click on the download button, and then click on this chain thing here. And when the box that pops up, that is where you're going to paste the code for your ebook. So let me just find my ebook code. I'm using something else. This is actually something I've downloaded from another blog, but because this page is for testing purposes only, it's not a big deal. So that's my ebook link. Now I need to find my pop-up box and insert into there, and that should be it. Scroll down to the bottom. Would you scroll? There we go. Save. Settings have been saved. As long as you've liked your page, you can hit the View tab button in the top right, and that's what it looks like to a fan, and that's what it looks like to a non-fan. And that is a very simple, and you'll be set.